Welcome to Pocket of Peace Yoga. I'm delighted you've chosen to join me. Whether you are still in your 200-hour yoga teacher training or if you've already completed it, I want to share my 5 top tips for new teachers. Tip number 1 is to think of your teaching starting as a soft opening instead of a grand opening. We can get really excited about what we've learned and that we want to share that with everyone. But if we take on too much at the beginning, it can be a little overwhelming. So if you can start slowly and let it build gradually, you feel much better. Perhaps start by offering to teach a few free classes to your friends and your family. Get comfortable with cueing people, gathering people from a variety of yoga backgrounds and experience. And then ask them for their feedback and ask them to be really honest of what they think. And you will learn a lot from that. Tip number 2 is when you are doing your own personal practice, audibly cue every pose as though you were teaching a class. I think that finding your words for sequencing is one of the hardest things. You're moving along and you feel really comfortable, and then suddenly you come to a pose and you know what you would do. And your body knows to follow through the movement, but how do you convey that clearly to somebody else? The more that you get used to sharing this in the privacy of your own home, the better you'll feel in front of a class. And the next tip is similar to that. Go ahead and record yourself in your own personal practice, and then go back and watch what you've done in your movement style, how you cued things. It's such an eye-opening thing and a bit shocking, I find, to have an understanding of what you thought you did, whereas to go back and see the actual proof of your movement and your cueing, and then learn from that. Don't get hung up on it. Just make note of it so you'll know what changes to make in the future. The next step is take classes from a variety of teachers, both in person and on YouTube. You will learn something from every class. Possibly you'll learn that you really enjoy when this teacher did this pose, followed by this and this. And then maybe you'll learn you didn't like that teacher's style and you wouldn't go back. And that's okay. Hold on to that long enough just to learn from that, to be certain that you don't do that in your classes. But this is an ongoing learning experience that we're on. It's an ongoing journey of learning. Your 200-hour training is really just the beginning. Next, these are like the gold nuggets that I really took from my teacher training, in addition to all the standard things that you're taught. Be authentically you, and your people will find you. As you're going to different classes and you're learning things, you're not taking their style. You're just learning a few tips. And then move them into what you really enjoy. Think about what you want the name of your business to be. I have been saying Pocket of Peace for years, so it was just automatic for me to say, oh, Pocket of Peace Yoga, that made perfect sense. Be authentically you in the music that you choose for your classes, in the setup of your sequencing, how you begin your class, how you end your class. Think about what really resonates with you instead of copying what other people do. Be authentically you, and your people will find you. And then the bonus that I learned in training, the most important thing that you can do as a yoga teacher is to hold the room with love. You want everyone who comes to your class to feel seen and welcome. You want them to feel that they belong there at whatever level of practice they may be doing. You never want someone to feel less than. And if you do that, it doesn't matter if you mix up your left and right on occasion. It doesn't matter if you've missed a pose. You just laugh and you move on, and people will feel comfortable in your space, and they'll continue to come back. I hope that these are helpful for you.